What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and it's Top 10 Thursday. It's been an amazing year in gaming, and everybody's already counted down their picks for the best and worst games of the year. I guess it's just time to relax. Wait a minute, no it's not. There's already a whole new year full of amazing games right on the horizon. In fact, I'm so hyped this week, I'm going to count down my picks of the top 10 most anticipated games of 2016. Number 10. Horizon Zero Dawn. In the distant future, mankind is all but eradicated. Somehow, robots have taken over the entire planet, replacing all life except for a few tribes of remaining people. In this game, we're filling the shoes of Aloy, a young woman with a bow, arrow, and some serious survival skills. It's our job to figure out what caused this downfall of society, along with fighting against giant mechanized dinosaurs. It kinda looks like a weird mix of Tomb Raider, Jurassic Park with a little bit of Terminator sprinkled in, which seems awesome to me. Number 9. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Nathan Drake has been on some incredible adventures. He's unlocked ancient cities, hunted lost treasure, and even been shot at by secret armies. This newest game, though, seems to be focusing a bit more on Nathan Drake himself, letting us take a peek at his life and what drives him to constantly go on these epic quests. The story picks up 3 years after the last Uncharted game. Drake's long-lost brother comes back out of hiding, and with him is a piece of a pirate map. Next thing they know, they're on a globe-trotting mission to try and find the ultimate stash of gold. Perhaps what's most intriguing is the fact that the developers are hinting that this is going to be the final Uncharted game, so I'm just dying to know how it ends. Number 8. Street Fighter V. One of the oldest and most badass fighting games of all time is coming back in 2016. Classic characters like Ryo, Ken, and Chun-Li of course make a return, but what has me most hyped is the huge cast of new fighters joining the roster. Seriously, just look at this dude. His name is Nikali, and his combat style appears to be based around channeling powerful energy and turning it into crazy combos. Or how about Fang, a fighter who specializes in wearing down his opponents with brutally fast attacks, and he moves in a weird fashion that makes it look like he doesn't even have bones. I'm extremely eager to see all these bizarre combatants face off and to see who will be crowned the next champion of Street Fighter. Number 7. Doom. There's not many games that can combine shotguns, chainsaws, and demons successfully, but Doom definitely knows what it's doing. Essentially, this is a reboot. We're going back to the gritty beginnings of a simple colony on Mars that accidentally opens up a gate to the depths of hell. A few months ago, I was able to sit down and play this game for 4 hours at QuakeCon, and I was really impressed with how well it controlled. They managed to streamline everything about the game to make it into one fluid shoot-'em-up. My personal favorite of all the weapons I got to try out was called the static gun. Instead of having normal ammo, it was charged by running around the map. The more you stay on the move, the more it hurts when you fire it. It's such a unique mechanic, and things like that are what made Doom famous in the first place. I can safely say that this looks like it's going to be one of the best horror action games of next year. Number 6. The Division. This year we had a lot of online-only games, many of which turned out rather bland, but The Division looks to set itself apart by mixing in a lot of RPG elements. Even the plot seems to have a lot more interesting twists and turns than your typical online game. It looks like terrorists have somehow snuck into New York City and unleashed a terrible virus. Most of the population is wiped out, and those remaining alive are now stuck in a city on lockdown. It's our job to go block by block and try and rid the city of all the enemies. Along the way, we get to make our own character, level up, and even gain some cool loot for fighting big bosses. If this game plays even half as good as the trailers make it look, I think that this is going to be the next big MMO shooter. Number 5. The Legend of Zelda Wii U. Not much is known about this game, and the release date is a long way off, but I'm extremely excited from the little tidbits we've discovered thus far. A lot of core changes are being made to the gameplay, but nothing is more drastic than the fact that they're shifting this to being open world. Any dungeon can be accessed from multiple entrances. Now what this means is if you go in an upper doorway, you may have access to an extra item, like a map, or you can go in a lower passageway, which could lead to something that could flood the dungeon or give you an extra weapon. The designers have said that they're trying to create the first ever fully immersive living Zelda world. to truly get to put on Link's tunic and save Hyrule for ourselves. Number 4. Dark Souls 3. In modern gaming, it seems games get a little bit easier and a little bit shorter every year, but luckily, we still have the Dark Souls series to completely murder us. Each new game manages to increase the difficulty while also giving us better abilities for staying alive as long as possible. Everything is built on the simple philosophy that if you want something bad enough, you gotta be willing to pay for it in blood. Only through hours of practice and dedication can you have any hope of actually beating this game. In a recent gameplay trailer, I could see a massive fire-breathing dragon guarding a tower, and just seeing that, I immediately wanted to grab a sword, jump in the game, and do all that it took to defeat it. Number 3. No Man's Sky. Imagine an entire digital universe, a space with billions of planets, each one with a completely original environment that you can freely explore. It almost sounds like something too epic to exist, and yet No Man's Sky seems to have pulled it off. You get your own basic ship, and by traveling through the stars, you get data and resources that can be used to further upgrade your vehicle, eventually even giving you access to more far-off worlds. The overall mission is to be the first person ever to make it to the center of the universe, and every planet you pass along the way is named after you. I really respect this game because it does two things exceptionally well. First, it creates a unique gameplay experience, something you're not going to see anywhere else, and secondly, it creates a constantly changing game world. Every time you log in, you're going a little bit deeper into the far reaches of unexplored space. Number 2. Kingdom Hearts 3. This game has been in production so long it almost seems like a myth at this point. To put things in perspective, remember that the original Kingdom Hearts came out in 2002, followed by Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2005. In just 3 short years, we got 2 games that managed to somehow combine the power of Final Fantasy with the whimsy of Disney, and fans were aching for the next piece of the Kingdom Hearts story. Unfortunately, what we got next was 10 years of spin-off games. Now these weren't terrible, they just weren't quite the Kingdom Hearts 3 we were hoping for. Now that new details are finally beginning to emerge though, it looks like it was definitely worth the wait. Featuring a revamped combat system, new companions, and even possibly a whole level dedicated to the superheroes of Marvel, this is a game they've clearly been very hard at work on, and I'll be so happy when I finally get to play it. Number 1. Final Fantasy 15. Longtime subscribers know that I am madly in love with the Final Fantasy series. I've beaten every single one on every console, and this game truly looks like the new evolution of the franchise. Swinging swords and casting spells is faster and more intuitive than it's ever been, meaning you have to fight not just smart, but also be on your toes and ready to properly counter that next attack. Earlier this year, we actually got a demo that let us run around in one of the zones and experience how spectacular this game is going to be. The main character is a prince on the run from a kingdom at war, dealing with the internal conflict of his duty as royalty and also his fear of being a leader. This political strife sets a great backdrop for our heroes fleeing across a hostile land. Huge monsters, deadly soldiers, and even creepy magic-powered machinery stalks your path, and to top it all off, the new graphics engine is mind-blowing. This is a title I have been waiting to play for years, and for that reason, it wins my pick as the absolute most anticipated game of 2016. Did your favorite game not make the list? Got an idea for a future top 10? Leave it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. And seriously, play The Witcher 3. That won my game of the year, and I'm still loving the hell out of it. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.